Life is unaffordable. That's the political buzzword these days, and I agree. That's why I'm running for US Senate. But there's really a total lack of attention on why life is so unaffordable. Namely, how aggressively giant corporations are trying to rip us all off and how they're getting a major assist from our government. It used to be that when a large corporation would move into town, it would be a boon for the local community, for the tax base, and for jobs. But now what is happening is that corporations and these large data centers are actually taking more from our communities than they're giving back. So let me explain the 5 different ways that corporations are constantly ripping us off. First, taxpayers like you and me are often subsidizing a big new corporation or data center to come to town in the form of tax subsidies. Then that new data center down the street, they use public utilities, electricity and water, which raises the cost of those utilities for the rest of us. Oh, and they're not done yet. Because you see that big corporation, they have really good lawyers. And so they don't pay any taxes to replenish the tax pool that they took their subsidies from. And this is the 3rd time that they have their hands in our pockets. And at this stage, they're officially taking more than they're giving back. And then that corporation often, not always, but often, pays substandard wages that fail to keep pace with inflation. And that's the 4th way that they take from our local communities, by not properly compensating our workers. And then the final insult. So often we buy stuff from these big corporations and we get home and it's either expired or it breaks or it doesn't work as advertised, or we had charged some extra money due to some BS term or condition, and it's a pain to get your money back if even you're able to at all. Meanwhile, you're working hard at a job trying to make ends meet. Maybe you have some student debt. You're trying to pay a mortgage or pay some rent, raise a few kids, and these corporations are constantly coming for your bank account like a wolf in the night. But that is not the end of the story. Because then these big corporations, they take our money and they go lobby the government to give them more freebies from our tax dollars. And this is why all these big corporations are folding to Trump. It's because they know that they need the government to get all their free handouts on our dime. Then, when tax season comes around, you and I, we pay our taxes like the good, upstanding citizens that we are. But that big corporation that moved in down the street, no way, man. That is not only why life is so unaffordable, it's why our infrastructure is crumbling, why your kids' teachers can't buy classroom supplies, why your wages aren't going up, and why corporate profits and the stock market are skyrocketing, but everyday Americans are struggling to make ends meet. It's because our economy is set up to benefit the richest among us out of the promise that that wealth would come back to us. But we all know that it doesn't, because if it did, making ends meet would not be such a challenge. So Illinois, when you go to vote on March 17th for US Senate, vote for me, Jonathan Dean, because I am the only candidate in this race who is campaigning on and will do something about the corporate control of our country's economy. Learn more at deanforil.com.